welcome. So we're continuing on here in Dark Souls 2, here in No Man's Wharf. We've rung the bell here, and there's the boss boat has pulled in, so we're going to go ahead and continue. So we're going to drop down. Big life gems, homeward bone. Drop on down here. There's an enemy down below us, so we'll go ahead and kill him. Now, do be careful. There is an assassin type enemy with like claws that's right over here. So don't go that way just yet. Okay, more iron arrows. Now there's this guy hanging out here. You can just walk over here and just kind of, well, try and trick him up. Or hit him down. Did he die? Yep, he did. Okay, good. Alright, so anyway, so now be careful. So before we go over there... There's some more of the guys, so we're going to go ahead and take them out as quick as possible. Let me stamina come back. There we are. Okay. Got them. Gonna head on up here real quick. Got some fire arrows. So here's where we drop down from right up there. Drop down to here. Killed the guy that was right here. Drop down here, killed the guy over there, then open the door. You can obviously come in the other way, so it doesn't really matter. Now the problem with going to light this sconce, the enemy guy is right over there, so just be aware that he's basically in wait for you to try and light that sconce. Yep, and here he comes. Good. Alright, excellent. So knowing he's coming is really important. Now the problem here is if you fall down there, you can't come back this way. So would just be aware of that. So we're going to just drop down here. There's another enemy just like that guy right over here. Again, he's going to wait for you to try and get that sconce. There he comes. There we go. Light the sconce. Now we want to go on in here. So there are two guys that are just sitting here chilling out. So I would suggest walking over behind one and backstabbing him. And then killing the other one. After he moves away from those pots. Sir, stop that, please. Because the pots are poison. So. Now what you can do, you can use spells, arrows. I've got some throwing knives I'm never going to use, so I'm going to put those on. And just, there we go. And so as long as you're breaking them from distance, you're going to be fine. So, throwing knives, flame butterfly. Now we want to go over here real quick. Hey, there's a chest here. Has a fragrant branch of yore. But now that you've come near here, you should hear a little tingle, tingling sound. And notice that this wall is different than the rest of the wall. And that's because it's a breakable wall. So you need to hit it, and then there's a, upgrade bug in here, so you're going to want to be quick. Kill him. There we go. Excellent. Titanite shard. Large Titanite shard. Excellent. Grab the rest of the stuff. The fading soul. Large soul of nameless. Life gem. Soul of a nameless soldier. And the Royal Soldier's Ring. Now, the Royal Soldier's Ring is going to increase your maximum equip load. So if you want to wear heavier stuff, that is what you want to wear. So as you can see, my sword's durability is running very low. Whoa. Go ahead and light this sconce. So that's the way to continue, but we want to go in here first. So we can hear somebody upstairs drinking something. Here's a activated wall that you can activate to remove that invisible wall. Remember, the walls, you know, you either have to activate them or hit them. So this was an activate one. So we got 3 fire bombs. Another large Titanite shard. God damn, buddy. And here's Gavlan. Just walk out on here real quick just so you can see where we're at. So Gavlan is your poison merchant, but he's a fun guy.
I, Gavlan. Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan wants soul. What? You, with Gavlan, you will, you deal. Gavlan, Gavlan, what? With Gavlan.
So you can sell your items to him, or you can buy stuff. Sells the Ring of Giants to increase your poise. Sells a bunch of poison arrows. I will always buy those. Sells poison moss, poison throwing knives, rotten pine resin. I will buy a few of those.
Many deal, many thanks.
So now you want to pull this to open this area. This is the guy that we killed from back over there. Now, this is really kind of a shortcut, because there is where you drop in the Pharaoh's Lock stone, okay? To turn the, to light that big light. So we're actually above the bar or whatever that area was that they were in. So go ahead and kill this guy. And then we'll kill his buddy here. Go open the chest. I'll just show you where everything is here. Titanite shard, repair powder. My weapon's almost dead, so that is helpful. Go ahead and backstab this guy. Go ahead and backstab that guy. And then kill this guy. Okay. Good deal. Head on over here real quick. There's... There we go. That's weird. It was not letting me through. Okay, so anyway, open this chest. Brigand Axe, Brigand set. Okay. But just to show you where everything is at now, this is where we were at. This is where the dogs were all. And this is where you would drop in the Pharaoh's Lock stone to light the whole area up if you wanted that. Now, once you've opened that door to Gavlan, you can now use this as your shortcut to get back to that part of the map. But unfortunately, you have to have rung the bell, come all the way here, and pulled this to actually open this particular shortcut. Now, Gavlan is going to move, so, you know, if you want anything from him right now, definitely go ahead and buy it from him. I am going to go ahead and switch up my weapon real quick. And pop on the old Leo ring. There we go. Anyway, head on back out. Okay, so we got more of those dark guys in here. So go ahead and just load up on whatever you got and start blasting. No pictures, please. I'm not the paparazzi guy. Alright, haven't killed them. Head on over here. There's a guy right over there. Go ahead and pick that up. Human effigy. Go ahead and blast him. Now that's the way to the boss. There'll be a couple of guys. There's at least one guy hanging right there. There is Lucatiel's summon sign right there. Oh, we dropped something. Hey. Oh. Varangian leggings, okay. And there's a couple of guys, one playing possum, one hanging off the edge right there. So just go ahead and walk near him. He should pull right up. There we go. Now you've gotten this guy up. Go ahead and blast him. Okay. Go ahead and light that. Go ahead and kick down the shortcut. And there you have it. You have successfully gotten the shortcut. Now we need to go over here real quick. There is a merchant. Alright, somebody's calling me there. So this is Carillion. He's our sorcery merchant. And so you can talk to him, buy stuff from him. But once you go and defeat the boss, he's going to move to Majula. So let's go ahead and talk to him.
Very well. From this day, you shall be my new pupil. I am Carillion, Carillion of the Fold. Surely you have heard the name. Now, do not be afraid. Let us explore the limits of sorcery.
Okay, so
The forces of magic, it is a fitting. I suspect that sorcery is yet a mystery. Use scrolls, but the power of each, the untrained, never forget. The forces of magic, it is a fitting. Sorcery.
okay. So we've exhausted his dialogue, so you can get the sorcerer's staff from him if you don't already have it. You can get the spell quartz ring, clear boons, bluestone ring. Definitely gonna pick that up. He also has amber herbs, twilight herbs, and a simpleton spice, which you actually have to go to Iron Keep. There's a merchant there that will allow you to use that. But what that does is it lowers the requirements for spells by lowering the intelligence, and then there's another one that lowers the faith requirement by 1. So, I mean, you can get several of them and then spice down your requirements so that you don't have to actually invest as much to be able to use the same sorceries or miracles. And then he sells a bunch of sorceries. Soul Arrow, Great Soul Arrow, Heavy Soul Arrow, Great Heavy, Shockwave, Soul Spear, Magic Weapon, and Urn. Definitely gonna pick that up. then. Do I want to buy that?
Young pupil, do not take my teachings lightly.
Yeah, hold on here. Let me pop some stuff real quick. Now, I like to leave the soul of Proud Knights and anything above them, just in case, because if you're going to do hexes, if you want to use climax, it's going to take 5,000 a piece, souls a piece. So anyway, yeah, we want to grab that, and we want to grab that. All right.
Young pupil, do not take my teachings lightly.
Okay, so now we're going to head on back to the bonfire, refill our Estus. We can come back after we do that and re-grab Bradley and Lucatiel. And then go defeat the Flexile Sentry. Plus, it gives me a chance to redo my spell attunement here. Okay, so let's get rid of those. So now we're gonna have 2 great soul arrows. We're gonna have a heavy soul arrow and a great heavy soul arrow. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm gonna switch my weapon here real quick again. There we go. Oh, did want to mention, I got the covetous silver serpent ring from the merchant lady in Majula after I bought the Fragrant Branch of Yore, so I mean I spent like 12 grand in souls with her. So she gives you that if you talk to her. You have to talk to her to get it. So just be aware. All right. Heading on back in here. I don't need to kill everything in here, but, you know, I want to do enough to not have Bradley get, you know, too badly messed up. Grab the iron arrows. Grab the fire arrows. Go ahead and pop that life gem real quick. I'm gonna take off that. All right. Alright, so I've killed everything. Carillion's still up there. So let's go ahead. So now the Flexile Sentry, the boss in there, he's basically got, he's like 2 knights welded back to each other. So can't really circle around and get behind him. But, you know, he's not particularly fast. There's a big board in the middle of the arena where you're fighting, where you can kind of kite him around. There's Lucatiel. Let's go ahead and draw this guy up here. Come on, bud. There's a couple of enemies on the ship. All right, so go ahead and board the ship and go ahead and kill these guys real quick. Now, the only thing about the arena that you're fighting in, you're basically fighting him in the hold of the ship, is that it's filling up with water slowly. So what you got to watch out for is that it will... come on, buddy. Come here. There we go. Okay. So you gotta just be careful that it doesn't fill up too much. We should be pretty good. I'm pretty confident that we can do this. So I'm gonna get down there and just start hitting them as much as I can. Like I said, we want to be quick because otherwise it will fill up with water and we will be in a bad way. So our goal is really just to enter, kind of kite him around this until our guys get in. There they are. And now we want to just start laying on the paint. Now again, with any boss fight, anytime you bring in a summon, you're going to increase the boss's health pool, so just be aware of that. There we go. Victory achieved. Thank you, boys. Appreciate that. And got the Flexile Sentry soul. All right. And as you can see, the water didn't get much up past our knees. So we'll go ahead and into here. We want to go up this ladder. Now, after we get up the ladder, there is one thing you want to make sure you do not do. Do not touch this. Touch this. You want to open the chest first. Because if you touch that, you will have to go back and redo the whole fight because this is going to be gone. You won't have this opportunity to get this again. So until you burn a ascetic and bonfire ascetic and redo this whole thing, so you're missing out on pyromancy flame and the fireball pyromancy. So, but having grabbed that item out of the chest, items out of the chest, now you can go over here and examine. I'm glad I decided to go ahead and break this up into 2 parts, seeing that, yeah, we're at 24 minutes, so, yeah. Okay, and so this is going to take us to the last Bastille. So, you know, this is kind of the front entrance to the Lost Bastille, I kind of think of it. If we had gone the other way from the fort and the Forest of Fallen Giants, that's really kind of the back way in. But we would have had to gone through the pursuer, you know, and I think this works out well. It shows you that you do not have to defeat him. So if you do find that you are having trouble with the pursuer, go this way. All right, so there's a couple of enemies in here, so we'll just go ahead and take them out real quick. Okay, good deal. Pick that up. Okay. So now what we want to do is we're going to ride this up, but then we're going to ride it back down. So we're going to look this way. There's going to be an item that we're going to you see. Right there. So we're going to come ride this all the way up, and then we'll ride it all the way back down real quick, and then we'll grab a bonfire. So here we are all the way back up. We'll just run around here. There's the item in here. So Proud Knight, Radiant Life Gem. Nothing in there, nothing in there. Nothing in here. Okay, so now we want to run in here, hit that, run back out, and hop on top. There we go. And you don't have to roll off or anything like that. You'll be just fine. Just waiting for it to stop. Got the scimitar, another repair powder. And the reason why you're going to be fine, let me make sure, yeah, is because there's a hole right here. So you just drop back down. Here's where we came in from the boat. So now you just go back ahead this way, reactivate the lift, ride it on back up, and then we'll grab the bonfire and be done. Okay, good now. So we don't have a key to open any of these, and none of them would open anyway, so. But I always like walking up against them just in case. You never know. Common fruit. And here's our bonfire. Alright, so there we have it. So now we're here in the Lost Bastille. Like I said, this is the way you can go where you don't have to fight the pursuer. Now, one thing you do need to be aware of, though, is there are 1, 2, 3. I believe there are 4 encounters with the pursuer in the Lost Bastille. But he's going to be dropping, I believe he drops Twinkling Titanite, so that's going to be really good for us. So, also, here in the Lost Bastille, you will run into the other blacksmith who can infuse your weapons with the stones. So if you've gotten any of the infusion stones, he can do that for you. And also, there is one of the merchants who can give you boss weapons here. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.